Batting second, number 1, the second baseman from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Brussard. Hitting third, number 7, the first baseman from Norwalk, Connecticut, Mccabe. Batting fourth, number 25, the catcher from Hollywood, California, Sims. Batting in the fifth spot, number 36, the designated hitter from Woodstock, Georgia, Livingston Morris. Batting sixth, number 2, the center fielder from Coleman, Texas, Mcconnell. Hitting seventh, number 23, playing shortstop from Naples, Florida, Dennison. Batting eighth, number 32, the third baseman from Oakland, California, Kiriakou. Batting ninth, number 8, the right fielder from San Mateo, California, Marcelo. The manager, number 13, Nick Hogan. Bench coach, number 6, Stu Peterson. And pitching coach, number 34, Mike Spears. Please rise if you are able and remove your hats and welcome 14-year-old Flathead Valley resident Neva to perform the Star Spangled Banner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to beautiful Flathead Field. My name is Scott Gladstone. So excited to bring you another contest between the Glacier Range Riders and the visiting Boise Hawks. The Range Riders come in with a second half record of 13 wins and 15 losses. Boise Hawks have continued to struggle in this second half of the season. They are 14 games back of first place in the South, and they are 6-22 in this second half. The starting pitcher for the Glacier Range Riders is Rob Hamby. I'll talk a little bit more about the 6'7" right-hander from the state of Georgia in a moment. But first, let me take you through the starting lineup for the visiting Boise Hawks. Leading off, it is the center fielder, number 24, Tyler Jorgensen. Abraham Sakara bats second. Juan Teixeira bats third. Raymond Gill fourth. Trevor Minders fifth. Jordan Rathbone, the catcher, will bat sixth. And the bottom three are Miles Harris, Haloa Dudois, and Jace Bailey. Starting pitcher for the Boise Hawks is Gavin Gorill. So let's talk about Rob Hamby. What has the right-hander done? Well, I can tell you he's had a pretty good rookie campaign for himself. Rob Hamby, a 5.37 ERA, two wins, 3 losses in 11 starts. This would be his 12th. And he has an impressive strikeout-to-walk ratio of 46-18. Many nicknames for Rob Hamby that I've come across. The most easy and I think the most simplified one that teammates and coaches call him, is Hambone, but he has got a ferocious red beard, as well as a summer spent in the Alaskan League, where I've been inspired to call him the prospector. Got that kind of look. Maybe that's just me. All right, Tyler Jorgensen leads us off here in the top of the first. All 4 games played between the Glacier Range Riders and the Boise Hawks. The Hawks have folded 1-2-3 in the first inning. Can they break up that streak, get off to a little more positive start? Not. On pitch number 1, it goes to 0-1. 7:03 first pitch, 84 degrees here in the beautiful Flathead Valley. Game number 76 of the season for the Glacier Range Riders. Game 77 for the Hawks out of Boise, Idaho. Count goes to 1-1 as that one misses outside. Glacier Range Riders' overall record this season is 30 wins and 45 losses. For the Boise Hawks, they are 23-53. There's a swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2. Jorgensen at the plate leading off here. Originally from Gilbert, Arizona, 24 years old. This is his second season. Played for Boise last year as a professional as well. Swung on and missed. Hamby is retired. Jorgensen is retired by Hamby on just 3 pitches. Or on 4 pitches. Whew. Sorry, my dad is in attendance, and I brought him a brat right before first pitch, and I'm a little out of breath. 1 out here as Abraham Sakara steps up to the plate. Sakara wears number 43, plays third base for the Boise Hawks. Nice ball that finds the zone. Count goes to 0-1. Sakara on the season. He's batting .333 and has 2 home runs, one of them coming last night. Swing and a miss makes the count 0-2 on Abraham Sakara. Lots of PBL baseball today. Usually the max amount of Pioneer League baseball games that can be played is 5 because there is 10 teams. However, a postponement yesterday means we got a doubleheader today. That means 6 PBL games are in action, and we'll have 5 to talk about at some point as every game gets more important, with every team in the North having 20 games remaining. Boise also has 20 remaining. This one's hit on the ground to short. Dennison's going to have a tough play, but he throws on the run for out number 2. Great play from Mason Dennison, a man accustomed to making solid plays on the defensive side of the diamond. Let's go over the defensive alignment before I get too far. Drew Sims is behind the plate. David Kiriakou is over at third base. Mason Dennison, the man who just made that play, is at short. Brant Broussard plays second base for Ryan Cash getting tonight off. Eddie Mccabe over at first base. The outfield from left to right is Ryan Cole, Ben Mcconnell, and Noah Marcello making his second professional start. That pitch misses low to Juan Teixeira. Teixeira scored in the bottom of the 9th inning after reaching on an error, getting all the way to second on that error. That was only the first error that Eddie Mccabe has committed as a Glacier Range Rider when he cooked that one high over Brody Wofford's head. This is a foul ball. Count goes to 1-1 for Teixeira. All-time series between these two sides? Well, if you've watched the previous 4 games, you know it. It's 3-1 in favor of the Glacier Range Riders. They've guaranteed a split in the all-time record between the foes. That one misses inside. Count goes to 2-1. Hamby had 11 pitches here to start. Hamby's a pitcher that usually takes a second to warm up, just in terms of when I've seen him here at Glacier. If runs come across on him, they come across early. And that's why a 1-2-3 inning would be really important for Hamby. Get himself to a good start and only get better from there. That one's swung on. It's a foul ball. 2-2 now is the count with 2 outs here to Juan Teixeira from Rob Hamby. Teixeira, a Florida native, FIU graduate. Two pitch with 2 outs, bases empty for the number 3 batter. Misses up high. We go full on Juan Teixeira. He's batting .336 this season. 13 home runs, leads the Hawks. And 73 ribbies for the man who spent last year, or his last professional appearance with the Cardinals. This one's hit to second, fielded by Brussard, and a rare start at second for Brussard. No problem for the Glacier Range Riders second baseman today. It's 1-2-3 in the top of the first. We head to the bottom half of the inning. Back here, it is the bottom of the first inning. Pitch number 1 from Gavin Gorill. We'll talk about Gavin Gorill in a moment, but let me tell you the starting lineup for the hometown Glacier Range Riders. Ryan Cole leads off for the first time as a professional. He sees that pitch up high. Count goes to 2-0. Batting second is Brant Broussard. Eddie Mccabe bats in the third spot. He's had a phenomenal series thus far. Drew Sims bats in fourth, giving Wofford the day off, the usual cleanup man. Livingston Morris fifth. This one's hit foul. Count goes to 2-1. Ben Mcconnell, after a successful day last night with 4 hits in the 6-hole, he stays there and will continue to play center field. The bottom 3 are Mason Dennison, David Kiriakou, and Noah Marcello. 2-1, no outs. Pitch coming in to Ryan Cole. Misses. Count goes to 3-1. Gavin Gorill, the southpaw, originally from Snoqualmie, Washington. Or North Bend, Washington. Somewhere around there. They're not too far away from each other. It's a 5-pitch walk to start it off for Gavin Gorill. So originally from the greater western Washington area. And he originally played for Northern Colorado up in Greeley, before transferring to Boise State and playing the 2020 season there until the Boise State Broncos cut their baseball program during the COVID-19 pandemic. But he has plenty of wood bat experience post that. He spent the 2020 summer with the Wilmar Stingers in the Northwoods League, then went to the Wenatchee Apple Sox over in the West Coast League. And then this season been picked up by the Boise Hawks. Count goes to 0-1 after he splashed the strike zone against Brant Brussard. That one misses. Count goes to 1-1. Ryan Cole on first base. Good speed over there. The Glacier Range Riders this series have stolen a total of 9 bases over the first 4 games. Going to be a pickoff attempt over to second base. Tag is not in time as Cole comes back standing up. Noah Barros, you see in the foreground after a good 6th-inning start last night. He is the first base coach, at least to start this game. And B just flew in front of our camera as well. Another pickoff attempt to first base. Also not in time. Swung on a missed. Count goes to 1-2. One, two, no outs. Runner on first for the Glacier Range Riders. This one is swung on up the middle. A base hit from Brant Brussard.
Number 7.
2 speedy runners on first and second out for a man who has been absolutely sizzling in this series. It's number 7, Eddie Mccabe. Seen him play at different spots defensively, most notably first and third. He's a phenomenal third baseman. As I mentioned, his error in the bottom of the 9th last night, his first error as a Glacier Range Rider. And he's had a lot of chances, both at first and at third base. But his bat, not too shabby either. This series against the Boise Hawks, he has stung them multiple times. .467 batting average. He's had 4 doubles and 4 runs scored. The Connecticut native that played his college ball at Georgetown sees a ball outside from Gavin Gorill to start off his at-bat. Defensive alignment for the Boise Hawks. Rathbone's behind the plate. Sakara at third, Minder at short, Dudois at second, and Gill at first. That infield is the exact same. We've seen this one back to first, and it's out at second, Flip around and tried enough times to get Ryan Cole at first. Couldn't get it. That time, he got the leadoff batter for the Glacier Range Riders. Picked off 1-6 in your scorebook. Now just a runner on first in the form of Brant Brussard. That one hits the zone. Count goes to 1-1. Misses low and in, 2-1. Breaking ball that time came in about 78 miles per hour. The break on that one, 9 inches. That's what we're seeing from Gavin Gorill. And that one, a similarly broken pitch. 15 inches on that break, but it also was read well by Eddie Mccabe, and it missed low. Count goes 3-1 with 1 out. Pitch comes in the zone. 86 mile per hour fastball. Count is full now for Eddie Mccabe. Three-two. Runner on first. The pitch. Swung on. Mccabe stays alive with a foul ball. That was a fastball in the lower part of the zone. Clocked in at 87 miles per hour. Looks like that is right around where Gorill hovers on his fastball. And it'll miss up high. Second walk of the inning for Gorill. Helped himself out the first time he got a walk by getting that batter out on the base paths. But now Brant Brussard, a little bit more professional experience and probably very wary of what Gorill has tried to do in terms of picking off the last man on second base, and he will be doing everything he can to not fall victim to the same fate. One out here. Runners on first and second here in the bottom of the first inning between the Glacier Range Riders and the Boise Hawks. First pitch. That one found the zone apparently. Count goes to 0-1. I did not think that found the zone. We got a flinch out of Sims, but he didn't go. That was a cold strike from our home plate umpire. 0-1, one out. That pitch also hits the zone. Drew Sims is behind 0-2. Gorill right now, his strike percentage exactly at 50 through 18 pitches. He has thrown 9 strikes. Looking for a huge 10th strike of his outing. Possibly a punch-out pitch as well. The 0-2 with one out. Pitch in. Misses up high to the 6'5 Sims. 6'4 Sims. Not 6'4. Not 6'5. 6'4. Take an inch off there. Basketball roster, he's listed as 6'5, I'm sure. If he ever played, which he should have. 1-2 now. Swung on, laced out to left field, backing up and making the catch out there is the left fielder. What a great play by Bailey. I don't think I ever went over the outfield specifically for the Boise Hawks. It's Bailey in left, Jorgensen in center, Teixeira in right field. Up comes Livingston Morris now, 2 on and 2 out. That ball was smacked pretty well by Sims, but Bailey made a good catch on the run. Now Livingston up at the plate. First pitch, a ball. Livingston's a guy that's going to get maybe one fastball if he's lucky when he steps up. The 1-0. And that was the one fastball that he is going to get. And they're all going to be on the inside part of the plate. There's no doubt about that because nobody wants to let Livingston Morris get barrel to ball. If you allow that, you allow yourself to get a home run against you. Misses low. 2-1 now. That fastball right before came in at 87 miles per hour. That was also a fastball as well. And it clocked up to 89 on the gun. The 2-1 with 2 outs into Livingston. Swings on it, over to third. Fielded by Sakara. Sakara throws to second. A fielder's choice gets us out of the first inning. At a 0-0 scoreline, don't go anywhere. We head to the second. Leading off this top of the second inning, it is a man who's had kind of a very different couple days here. Really successful game 1 and 2, led off to start the top of the second in each of those games. But then game 3 and 4, they weren't horrible for him, but I'm sure he would have liked them to go differently for himself personally, but also for his team, specifically on Thursday night when the game went to the PBL knockout round. It was him that stepped up first, Raymond Gell, and really didn't have a ton of balls that even got close to going out. There was one that one-hopped, and then second hop, it was maybe on the warning track, but 3 grounders in the PBL knockout round. Yeah, that's a tough one to swallow, especially when you know Livingston Morris is waiting to win it for the Range Riders right behind you. Foul ball. Count goes to 0-2. Rob Hamby's a guy that scrapes the lower 90s with his fastball. That one clocked at 91 miles per hour for Rob Hamby. That one misses away. Count goes to 1-2. Total of 25 games played for Gill in the Cape Cod Summer Collegiate Baseball League. This one's hit to short, fielded by Dennison. Dennison takes his time and throws it, skips it, but a good snag off the turf from Eddie Mccabe, and one is gone in the top of the second. Trevor Minder now steps up. Minder has a home run this series. I feel like half the Boise Hawks do have a home run this series, as all but one of their runs has been scored off of the long ball. This pitch come in, and it has some good carry on it, but it looks like it's going to die in right center. Ben Mcconnell calls off Ryan Cole, and Ben Mcconnell makes the catch in right center field for 2 gone in the top of the second. Up comes Jordan Rathbone now. Jordan Rathbone, the catcher today, taking over for Sean Skelly, who caught yesterday. The Spokane, Washington native is a former Central Florida Golden Knight as well as a former Ogden Raptor. First pitch into Jordan Rathbone, right down Main Street, a called strike. As that one gunned 90 miles per hour to get Rob Hamby, who's working pretty solidly thus far, get him ahead 0-1. That one misses low. A little kick around on accident by the umpire. And Drew Sims coming up a little limp there. Kind of awkwardly went down to stop that one from 5-holing him, and never what you want to see. Catcher is a brutal position, but usually it's just bruises that you accumulate from playing catcher. Sims right now making sure that he didn't tweak anything further, but he's back into the squat. Back in front of the cannon. 1-1. Swung on and missed. Rathbone tried to rip that one, but came up empty. I've already mentioned the Wenatchee Apple Sox for the fact that Gavin Gorill pitched for them, but another Boise Hawk that's played for Wenatchee, which is in Central Washington. 3 seasons with the Apple Sox, for Rathbone. Foul ball. Count stays at 1-2. Over those 3 seasons, he had a ton of time. Over 250 appearances. Starting in 2015, played there 250 plate appearances. I think that's what I said. Played there 46 games in 2016. Had 189 plate appearances for the Apple Sox. Count goes to 2-2. Also spent summers in the Expedition League as well as the Coastal Plains League. Coastal Plains League most notable for hosting the Savannah Bananas. But Rathbone did not play for those Savannah Bananas. He played for the Macon Bacon. Swung on, popped up. Eddie Mccabe chasing over. He comes over, more. Right in front of the dugout of the Boise Hawks. He makes the catch in foul territory. Good tracking from Eddie Mccabe. It is nobody on base yet for the Boise Hawks through 2 innings. We head to the bottom of the second. Back here, we are in the bottom of the second inning. Gavin Gorill will throw pitch number 25 to start us off as Ben Mcconnell leads off. We'll see 6, 7, 8 for the Glacier Range Riders in the form of Mcconnell, Dennison, and David Kiriakou. First pitch is a called strike. Count goes to 0-1 here in the bottom of the second. Ben Mcconnell, great night last night, 4 for 5 for the speedy center fielders. That one is hit right to first base, fielded by Gill. Gill will tap first for out number 1.
97, number 23, shortstop.
Batting average for Mcconnell this season is .291. Going to go down a little bit after that one. Now up comes Mason Dennison. And Mason Dennison on the season down to .278 in his batting average after he had an offer last night. He has 3 doubles on his 11 hits. And now the first pitch into the Range Riders shortstop misses. Count goes to 1-0. This one swung on, hit well to left center field. Backing up is Jorgensen, and he catches the line drive out in deep center field. A good swing, a good pop. An exit velo off the bat of 97 miles per hour, but comes up empty 371 feet away from home plate. Up comes David Kiriakou as Gavin Gorill tries to turn a 1-2-3 inning. Gavin Gorill, his stats on the season, a 6.57 ERA, a 2-6 record, 12 appearances, 9 starts. This is his 10th, and a strikeout to walk ratio of 42-18. Pitch comes in and misses high. Count goes to 1-0. David Kiriakou, very small sample size for the games that he has played. So that one hits the strike zone. Count goes to 1-1. But Kiriakou has come in and been solid. Hitting .333 right now. Swung on, foul ball. Count goes to 1-2 for the Oakland native. Played his college ball at the University of Kansas. 1-2 coming in. Misses. Count goes to 2-2 for David Kiriakou. Final batter, if we see him in this lineup for the Glacier Range Riders. We'll either see him to lead off this inning or to be another batter in this inning. As this one's hit to center field, Jorgensen seems to have a beat on it, and he does. Jorgensen fields it for out number 3. A couple line drives to center field, but nobody is able to reach base for the Glacier Range Riders. It is a 1-2-3 inning worked by Gavin Gorill. We head to the third. After good old cookie face Oreo eating competition, we head to the third inning of play. Rob Hamby is out there, 26 pitches thrown, and so far he's not allowed a base runner through 2 innings of work. Miles Harris steps in. Harris on the season is batting .214 with 2 home runs and 11 ribbies. First pitch misses inside, count goes to 1-0. Still 0-0 here through 2 innings. Miles Harris listed as possible left fielder, right fielder, and catcher. He's on the roster as a catcher, but we haven't seen him play defense at all. It's been strictly designated hitting duties for the 6', 200-pound left-handed batter. That one's a called strike. Count goes to 1-2. One-two is in the dirt. Count goes to 2-2. Best season as a post-high schooler for Miles Harris was with the Hawks. Last season, he batted .228, an on-base percentage of .362, a slugging percentage .376. Had 6 home runs, 27 ribbies for the Boise Hawks, who made it all the way to the PBL championship game before falling to the Missoula Paddleheads. This one is hit high and down the left field line. It's going to be foul out of play. Another 2-2 coming in. He's also played on the infield, looking at his stats. He was with the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. Miles Harris played just about everywhere. Swung on, foul tip into the glove of the catcher Drew Sims, and it's strikeout number 2 for Rob Hamby. Up comes Haloa Dudois. Dudois batting 8th in the order. Dudois on the season holds a .263 batting average. He has just 1 home run, but 32 RBIs for the Boise Hawks. In the upper tier of Hawks. This one's hit on the ground. Over to third, fielded by Kiriakou. Kiriakou bobbled it and then threw it over to first. That one was hit so hot to him, all it was is just get your body in the way of it and figure out how to collect it later. He did so, and he struck it over to first base for the second out of the inning. Up comes the number 9 batter, Jace Bailey. First pitch that Bailey sees will be swung on. It's a foul ball. Count goes to 0-1. Bailey on the season, 133 batting average for him. He is 2 for 15, so a very small sample size. I'll tell you what, he does have a 2-run home run that came in Tuesday night's game between these two sides, and that made the difference in that 5-3 scoreline. Swing and a miss there for Jace Bailey. Count goes to 0-2. On-base percentage is much higher for Bailey, 278, as he has drawn 3 walks. 0-2, 2 outs, base is empty for Jace Bailey. Misses low from Hamby. Count goes to 1-2. Hamby, one of the first things I told him when I first met him was that it's beautiful right now. It's a little rainy when he showed up in early June. But I'll tell you what, you're going to miss the little rainy kind of cold weather when it gets to be smoke season. That one misses the zone. Hamby was halfway to the dugout, it seemed, but count goes to 2-2. A little smoky here as the fires that hit the northwest United States as well as southwest Canada have taken over a little bit. That one misses high. Count goes to 3-2. Hamby really wishing that he had that pitch 2 pitches ago, called a strike. Fortunately for him, it didn't go his way. Now he's got a payoff pitch. Trying to keep the bases clean for a 3rd straight inning. 3-2, swung on and missed. It all rights itself in the end. It's another 3-up, 3-down inning for Rob Hamby. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Up steps Noah Marcello. Marcello played in 1 game for these Glacier Range Riders. 2 games for these Glacier Range Riders before he spent a stint on the IL, just activated yesterday after the retirement of Austin Steinfort, and now makes his first start coming back from injury. Started his summer for the Duluth Huskies in the Northwoods League. Count goes to 1-1. Duluth, funny enough, they went all the way to the Northwoods League championship game. That was just 2 nights ago before falling to the Kalamazoo Growlers in that contest. The Growlers are the 2022 Northwoods League champions. Kalamazoo, Michigan. If you don't know much about Kalamazoo, it is the home to Western Michigan University. It's one of the only towns that also, like Missoula, Montana, has a nickname of the Zoo. Maybe you did know that. Maybe you didn't. 2-2 coming in. Swung on, looped down the right field line. It's going to be foul as that one was jammed. And way too early of a swing from Noah Marcello. Count stays at 2-2. Marcello on the season in his 2 games played. He has just 7 total at-bats and a 143 batting average. 1 career hit for him as a professional. This one swung on, popped up. It's going to be foul. Pitch number 40 coming in from Gavin Gorill, as this is at least a 7-pitch at-bat. Also due up this inning, we're going to get the 1 and 2 batter for the Glacier Range Riders. That's Cole and Brussard, and I have to double check myself because that is not the usual 1 and 2 that we're used to seeing. Misses outside, count goes to 3 and 2. Usual 1 and 2 for most of this season has been Ben Mcconnell and Ryan Cash. Mcconnell batting in the 6th spot, Cash getting the day off. A little bit sore maybe after he took an awkward slide into second base on a successful stolen bag. This one swung on and missed. A long at-bat from Noah Marcello. 8 pitches out of it, but he ends up with an empty bat and a walk back to the dugout. Up comes Ryan Cole now. That was the first strikeout for Gavin Gorill on his day. He's buzzing along pretty good, but his day sort of pales in comparison to what Rob Hamby's doing on the other side, dealing with everybody thus far. Ryan Cole started off the bottom of the first with a walk, and he steps up for his 2nd plate appearance now. That one will miss the zone to Ryan Cole. Count goes to 1-0. Misses inside, count goes to 2-0. Ryan Cole, a Golden State Warriors fan from the Bay Area. San Ramon, California. 2-0 pitch coming in. Also misses as Gorill can't get anything to be a called strike. Cole stands 6 foot, 175 pounds, was born on July 13th, 1999. A little bit of a late birthday present was when he made his official signing with the Glacier Range Riders. And an even later birthday present is a 2nd walk, a 4-pitch walk from Gavin Gorill, as he allows Cole to reach first. Just a little over a month of experience for Ryan Cole, being 23 years old. Up comes Brant Broussard. Broussard is 1 for 1. A single into center field, his first time up. First pitch, misses low. Gorill really not getting any favors from the home plate umpire here, as he's been all around the zone but not in it, according to our home plate man. That one definitely missed. Count goes to 2-0. Home plate umpire is Mike Carr. And then over at first base, it's Craig Stubel, and at third, it is Eric Martinez. We're going to have a conversation between shortstop and pitcher right now, as our umpire, Eric Carr, will mark that down. Mike Carr. I need to write this down before I screw that up again.
That's 6 in a row!
There's a strike. Count goes to 2-1. 2-1, one out, runner on first. This one swung on by Brussard, carrying to deep center field, backing up. It gets over the head of Tyler Jorgensen, and it one hops over the wall right to the left of the batter's eye. If it would have been about a foot to the right, it would have bounced off the top part of the batter's eye, where it's extended to 16 feet there. Instead, it just found the corner, and it limited Brussard to a double, where he might have had 3 and almost definitely would have had an RBI, as Ryan Cole, lots of speed, got a good jump on that, and would have been ripping home. Now it's some RBIs on the table for Eddie Mccabe. Ground rule double puts runners on second and third with one out. Sacrifice is very much an opportunity for Eddie Mccabe, but I'm sure he would love to continue his string of success against the Boise Hawks and get a base hit that could bring not 1 but 2 runs home. First pitch with 1 out. Misses. Count goes to 1-0. Really not missing by much this inning is Gavin Gorill, but I'll tell you what, his strike percentage in this inning, 41%. He'd love for that to be higher. That one swung on. It's going to be out to left field. Backing up is the left fielder. Jace Bailey makes the grab, but it'll work out as a sacrifice fly. Easy money for Mr. number 7, Eddie Mccabe. And he brings across the first run on a sacrifice fly. That is his 13th RBI as a Glacier Range Rider. Drew Sims still has an RBI opportunity as well. 2 outs and a runner on second for him. First pitch misses inside. Good snag behind the plate from Jordan Rathbone. Count goes to 1-0. Drew Sims 0 for 1 today. His first time up. He hit a well-struck ball, but it was to the left fielder, Jace Bailey. Count goes to 1-0. Now it's 2-0 after that one misses inside. 2-0, 2 outs. Good pitch there, finds the zone. Count goes to 2-1. Tell you what, that sac fly by Eddie Mccabe, that was really impressive because I don't think that was a pitch to hit. It was below the zone, and Eddie Mccabe just found a nice swing on it to golf it up. He knew he just needed to put one mid to deep outfield to allow Ryan Cole to score, and that's exactly what he did. Popped one fairly deep to left field. A little more carry on it. Could have been a 3-run blast from Eddie Mccabe. But he'll take the sacrifice fly and the 1-0 lead for the Glacier Range Riders. 3-1 pitch into Drew Sims. Swung on, dribbled back. The pitcher fields. The pitcher will spin and throw to first base for out number 3. Gorill to Gill finishes off the inning. The sacrifice fly from Eddie Mccabe is good for the first run of the contest. It's 1-0. We head to the 4th. Back here, we are in the top of the fourth inning. It is Rob Hamby back out there for another inning of work through three. He's been solid. And now he faces the top of the order here to start the top of the fourth. First pitch swung on, a high fly ball to left center field. Mcconnell's got his eyes on it, and now he's got the ball in his glove. One gone on one pitch, 40th pitch thrown by Rob Hamby. And it's 10 straight retired to start off this contest for the right-hander out of Demorris, Georgia. Up comes Abraham Sakara now, a ground out to shortstop for Sakara, his first time up. Sakara on the season mentioned 2 home runs, one of them last night, a 2-run blast that cut a 4-0 Range Rider lead into 4-2. First pitch in the zone, a called strike. There's a fly on my stat sheet. 0-1. Finds the strike zone. Count goes to 0-2. Hamby clearly with confidence flowing through him. And Sakara, I think, didn't even expect that to get called a strike. And then he had a late glance over at the home plate umpire, Mike Carr, to say, wait, that was a strike? That's what I think he said there. 0-2. Swung on and missed. A 3-pitch strikeout for Rob Hamby, and he's got 2 retired in the top of the fourth. Up comes Juan Teixeira. I wonder if he's taking a little bit extra time right now, as I know if I'm a batter in this situation, you see 2 previous batters retired on 4 pitches total for those 2 batters. You turn around and say, okay, I'm going to buy a little bit more time. This one is hit to shallow right field. Running in is Noah Marcello, and Marcello makes the grab in right field. It's a 5-pitch inning for Rob Hamby. He's seen 12, and he's retired 12. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Back here, we are in the bottom of the fourth. It is 1-0. The Glacier Range Riders lead the Boise Hawks. It's been a pretty clean contest thus far. Just 2 hits for the Range Riders and no errors for either side. First pitch from Gavin Gorill misses. Count goes to 1-0. Livingston Morris 0 for 1 today. He had a hard grounder to third, but a fielder's choice ended the first inning. That one swung on, fouled back by Livy. Count goes to 1-1. Livingston Morris, a fan favorite, partially because of what he's done on the field and his knockout round heroics. But at the same time, I'll tell you what, there is few other Range Riders, as that one is blasted, but foul. Oh, my word. Let's see what that one clocked in on. 113 miles per hour off the bat of Livingston Morris. Struck it foul. It went 341 feet. Not too shabby. Quite the pop in his bat, but it puts him behind 1-2. Misses outside. Like I was saying, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a Glacier range rider that is better and embraces more interacting with the kids and the fans and the families that make their way to Flathead Field. Livingston, you can tell, he just loves being a part of this organization and loves being loved by these wonderful fans here at the stadium. 3-2 is the count now to Livingston Morris. When one of your pitches gets hit 113 miles per hour, you tend to try and avoid the zone after that. We'll see what he does on the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Great pitch there from Gavin Gorill to be able to work back into it, shake off that 113 mile per hour foul ball and get a punch out from it. For Livingston Morris this season, that is his 77th strikeout. Ben Mcconnell steps up now. First pitch swinging, heading towards the gap in right center. Backing up, nobody gets to it. It'll one hop and go over the wall. The second ground rule double the Glacier Range Riders have had today. And I'll tell you what, I think that was going to be 3 for Ben Mcconnell. With his speed, oh man, he would have burned rubber and tried to go for third. No doubt in my mind. Up comes Mason Dennison now. Chance to bring his former Kaiser teammate Ben Mcconnell across the plate. Third hit of the day for the Glacier Range Riders. Dennison's got good speed for himself. And obviously, as I just said, Ben Mcconnell, he can burn rubber as well. 371 was that hit from Mcconnell. If he would have hit it to down either line with that ferocity, it would have found itself as a home run ball instead to right center field. It's 380, and it hit pretty much right in front of the 380 mark. Comes up just a tad bit short, but it's now probably over 400 feet away as it one-hopped the wall and kept rolling down the hill beyond center field. Foul ball makes it 0-1 on Mason Dennison. This one swung on, up the middle. Be a tough play for Minder, but he makes it. Throws to first on target and in time for out number 2. Up comes David Kiriakou now. Kiriakou, a chance to add to his successful start as a Glacier Range rider. Thus far, Kiriakou has 3 RBIs, looking for number 4 with a runner on third base. The 0-0 comes in. Swung on to first base, and Gill times his jump perfectly and makes the snag out of the air for out number 3. Mcconnell doubles, gets to third, but is left stranded. We head to the 5th. It is 1-0 Glacier. Back here, we're in the top of the 5th inning. It is Rob Hamby back out for his 5th inning of work. Done solid on an average of 11 pitches per inning through his first 4 frames. Now we'll see Raymond Gill, who's 0 for 1, first time up against Rob Hamby, grounded out to the shortstop, Mason Dennison. First pitch misses. Count goes to 1-0, 89-mile-per-hour fastball from Hamby. Gets him underway here. We got a great Saturday night crowd here. A lot of things popping, it seems. Looking over at the kids zone, lots of action happening there, and across the beautiful, the bar tops that we got around this entire stadium on the concourse level. Some scary crowds overhead, but so far those clouds have not proved fatal. 3-0 is the count here to Raymond Gill. Rob Hamby in danger of allowing his first base runner. And it will hit the zone. Count goes to 3-1 for Raymond Gill. That one was 90 miles per hour in the zone. (3-1). Swung on to right field. Noah Marcello grabs it in right field for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th.
Number 23, the shortstop, Trevor Minder.
Trevor Minder now steps up. Minder flied out to center field his first time up. If you're Boise Hawks head coach Gary Van Tall, you're not just disappointed in the fact that you haven't had a base runner, but I think one of the things that's disappointing you more is the limited number of pitches they're taking. That was the first, felt like it was the first time that we saw an extended at-bat of sorts. And it was just because of the 3 balls taken from the leadoff batter this inning, Raymond Gill. 0-1. 1 out. Hamby sets, delivers. Down Main Street, called strike. Count goes to 0-2. A little bit surprised that we saw a swing out of Trevor Minder on that first pitch. Just because this is almost a situation where you have an automatic take sign on the first. And maybe that was the case with Gill. But the second batter, Minder, not getting that same thing. This one is struck well, but another foul ball. That one came off the bat at 98 from Minder. On about 202 feet, but just a little bit too behind it. Count stays 0-2. In the dirt, count goes to 1-2. One, two, top of the 5th, 1 out. That one swung on, just got a piece of it to stay alive. And if you're Gary Van Tall, this is kind of what you're talking about. Get some foul balls, stay alive, make Hamby work a little bit harder, because the way he's cooking, of course you can always sting him, and in one pitch, tie a game up, in theory, but maybe getting him out of the game is their best option. 1-2. Misses. Count goes to 2-2. The true strike zone that I have here on our analytics screen, it's not 100% accurate. There's sometimes I definitely see that it's off, but that registered that one as a strike in the upper part of the zone. And usually I don't watch the angle that you're watching from behind center field. That one misses inside. It's 3-2. (3-2), 1 out. Hamby on the mound. Swung on. Over to third. It's foul. Good at bat here from Trevor Minder.
fell behind 0-2, then fouled the ball off, saw a ball, another foul, 2 balls, and then a foul here on a payoff pitch. He is making Hamby work for everything. 3-2, 1 out. Tenth pitch of this at-bat is fouled back. And actually that was the 9th pitch. This will be pitch number 10 of this at-bat from Trevor Minder. Doing likely exactly what the doctor ordered. A long at-bat for Rob Hamby to deal with. Longer than most of his innings have been thus far, it feels like. 3-2. Misses. Ball 4, which means the first base runner reaches against Rob Hamby, breaks up a string of 13 straight retired to start this contest for Rob Hamby. Trevor Minder earned every ounce of that walk. Up comes Jordan Rathbone. Rathbone popped out in foul territory to Eddie Mccabe the first time he saw him. First pitch from Hamby into Rathbone. Finds the strike zone at 91. Count goes to 0-1. Swung on, and that's going to be a base hit into right field, and so with 1 walk, the perfect game is gone. With that hit, the no-hitter is gone for Rob Hamby. Took both of those things to 4 1/3 innings. And I don't have the official stats in front of me, but I'll tell you what, I'm pretty sure that is the deepest that a perfect game has gone for a Glacier starter in franchise history. And might also be the deepest a no-hitter has gone in for a Range Rider starter. And now trouble a-brewing just like that. 1-0, but a tying run stands on second base. First pitch misses outside. Count goes to 1-0. At the plate, it's Miles Harris. Struck out swinging his first time up against Hamby. That one a called strike. Count goes to 1-1. Minder on second, Rathbone on first. 1 out, top of the 5th. Misses in the dirt. Sims, good block to keep it in front of him. Minder doesn't try and make the run. We've seen some defensive acumen from Sims since he showed up a few weeks ago. In that first game, he threw out a runner at third base, which is something that Glacier catchers had struggled to do. And he also was able to hit a home run and a double at the plate. Not too shabby for a professional debut. This one misses up high. It's 3-1. Hamby's in danger of loading the bases with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. His game has gone from perfect to now sketchy within a matter of 2 batters. 3-1, hitter's count coming into Miles Harris. He swings and misses. We go full. Temperature now is still in the 80s, 82 degrees here in the Flathead Valley. The 3-2, 1 out pitch, runners on first and second. Harris foul that one back, up and over. Count will stay at 3-2. This is where batters can get to Hamby when he doesn't find that punch-out pitch. They can foul off a fair amount of his pitches. You saw that with Minder. Now you're seeing that at least once with Harris on a 2-strike pitch. 3-2 with 1 out. Swung on, up the middle, fielded by Brussard. Flip for 1, the throw for 2. It is a 4-6-3 double play, and Hamby gets out of his first jam of the game. No more no-hitter, but he's only allowed 1 hit. And Tell you what, still got a shutout as well. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Back here, we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. It is Gavin Gorill back out there. He's thrown 66 pitches, which after that long half inning from Rob Hamby, still less technically than Rob Hamby. Of course, he's thrown an inning less. Hamby is at 68 compared to Gorill's 66, a 24-pitch frame asked for last time by the Boise Hawks offense. Nothing to show for it, though. Foul ball makes the count 0-1 on Noah Marcello, who is 0 for 1 today with a strikeout swinging. The 0-1 with no outs. Swung on, foul ball. Now it's 0-2. That one hit well. It's just even a look at those foul ball hits and see how far they go. That one listed to going 275 feet. Not bad. This one's hit right over to first, fielded by Sakara. He throws across. And it wasn't perfect, but Gill able to shoot his glove up and grab that one for out number 1 on the 5-3 ground out. Up comes leadoff batter tonight, Ryan Cole. He has yet to register an official at-bat. He has 2 plate appearances where he drew 2 walks. That one, you show some of the strength from Noah Marcello. He cracked that one off his bat at 101 miles per hour to third base. That's a foul ball, out of play. Count goes to 0-1. See Nick Hogan, the manager of the Glacier Range Riders, messing a lot more with his starting lineup over the past couple of days, trying to find something that, you know, just trying to mess with this offense, because although the Glacier Range Riders lead this series 3-1, they have struggled to really put it together fully offensively. That one is a called ball, but it did not miss by much. 76 mile per hour breaker. Count is 2-1 now for Ryan Cole. Make it 3-1. Cole might get another walk. Might be a hattie of base on balls for the California native. 3-1 with 1 out, base is empty. Pitch coming in, and it will be ball 4. For Gavin Gorill, 4 1/3 innings pitched thus far, and that is his 4th walk to just 2 strikeouts. Conversation between pitcher and catcher as Rathbone comes up to talk with his pitcher. Gavin Gorill makes his 10th start of the season, 13th appearance. Last time out, he came out at home against the Missoula Paddleheads. He went 5 innings, allowed 6 earned runs against that very talented Missoula offense. Struck out 6 and picked up the loss in the 12-5 loss that Boise received. Gorill looks for his first win and first start over 5 innings since July 14th. So if he can get through this inning, it'll be his first appearance of over 5 innings in over a month. There's a called strike. Count goes to 0-1 for Brant Broussard. Broussard's had a good day. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a ground rule double. Swung on and missed that one. Count goes to 0-2 for Broussard. 76 pitches thrown by Gavin Gorill. Gary Vantal has not hesitated for a moment to allow his pitchers to go very deep in the contest. This one swung on, a high fly ball down the right field line. It is gonna fall foul. There is a thin strip of foul area between the yet to be fully constructed visitors clubhouse and the foul line, and it fell in between that little thin area. Really probably at its smallest 7 feet wide of area for that to fall, and that probably fell in an area that has about 10 feet of room to play with. Swung on and missed. Broussard got fooled and chased up and away. 87-mile-per-hour high heater. Up comes Eddie Mccabe. He's 0 for 0. He's yet to register an official plate appearance because he has a sacrifice fly as well as a walk. He's responsible for the lone run brought in today. Now steps in to see out number 3, possibly, if it is him. Pickoff attempt over to first base. Cole's already been caught on the base paths once today. Love to avoid that. The 0-0 with 2 outs. Runner on first for Eddie Mccabe. Mccabe has pop in his bat. We'll be yet to see it a ton, as he has just 2 home runs as a Glacier Range rider this season. One of them here at Flathead Field, the other at his former home, Centene Stadium, in the first series that the Glacier Range Riders had with Eddie Mccabe on our side. The attempted steal is successful from Ryan Cole. Pitch was a ball. Count goes to 1-1. Cole is in scoring position now for Eddie Mccabe. Gorill over 80 pitches thrown now. Actually, he's at 79. This next pitch will be pitch number 80. But also remember, Ryan Cole got picked off at second base the last time he was there. Smacks the zone. Called strike. Count is 1-2. That was pitch number 80 for Gavin Gorill. Nobody warming. They're going to try and get him through 5 for the first time since mid-July. 1-2, 2 outs. Runner on second. Swung on, protecting the plate. Eddie Mccabe will see another pitch. You see the haze there. It is not as nighttime as it looks. It's 8:20 local time. Sun doesn't set for a little bit longer, but it looks later than it is because of that haze that is socked into the valley that you so common see in the month of August with wildfires ablazing. This one swung on to center field, coming in. Jorgensen misread it, but he makes up for his misread as he ran hard for about 5 steps forward, then backpedaled for about 5 steps back. In the end, it ends up in his glove, and Eddie Mccabe comes up short and strands a runner on second. Still 1-0 Glacier. We head to the 6th. Leading off the bottom or the top of the 6th inning here, it is number 5, Haloa Dutois. Dutois squares to bunt, but he fouls it back. Count goes to 0-1. That one misses. Count goes to 1-1. Hamby just hit 70 pitches. This is his 6th inning of work. That one swung on. Hit to second, fielded by Brussard, thrown on the run, and another great defensive play. Gets one gone in the top of the 6th. Man, we have just flown along here. We are past the 5th inning, and it is game time of an hour and 15 right now. Rob Hamby, tell you what, he has thrown some quick ones. Not to jinx him, but he really has been able to carry games quickly. When he's on, he is on. That one misses. Count goes to 1-0. Pioneer League standings, how do they look right now? Well, Missoula leads the North Division. They already clinched their playoff spot with a first half victory. That one swung on, hit to short, fielded by Dennison. He throws, and another great play by a Glacier Range Rider middle infielder. Puts 2 gone in the top of the 6th. Up comes Tyler Jorgensen, the leadoff man now. 0 for 2 today, a strikeout swinging and a flyout to center field. Missoula leads the North in the second half as well with a 19-9 record. Billings is 4 games back of them. Idaho Falls and Great Falls are at 14-14. They're 5 games back of Missoula. And as that one misses and count goes to 1-0, Glacier could, in theory, move out of last place in the North Division with a win tonight and a loss by either Idaho Falls or Great Falls. This one hit, line shot to Brant Brussard. He fields it at second base. And I barely have time to get through one division before Rob Hamby retires the side in order. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It is 1-0 Glacier. Drew Sims leads off the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch in the zone, a called strike to the Glacier Range Riders catcher. He's calling a great game behind the plate. You cannot have 1 ounce of criticism for that. However, would love to put something together at the plate. 0 for 2 today is Sims. Swung on, and that might be it. Out to right field, backing up, off the wall. Drew Sims boogieing into second base. He's going to be in. A stand-up double to lead off the inning for Mr. Drew Sims, a.k.a. Hollywood. Now Livingston Morris steps in. Morris is 0 for 2 tonight. A strikeout and a ground into a fielder's choice. No outs and a runner on second for Livingston Morris. Trying to give his starting pitcher, Rob Hamby, who's pitched so well, trying to give him a little bit of breathing room beyond just the 1-0 lead. First pitch, a ball outside. Count goes to 1-0. That one smacked to first, fielded by the first baseman, Gill. He'll wave off his pitcher and tap first. Not an unproductive out from Livingston Morris. It will put him to 0 for 3, but he moves the runner, Drew Sims, up 90 feet to third base. Now, Ben Mcconnell comes up. He's been red hot in the past game and a half, and he has a chance to bring across the second run of the game for the Glacier Range Riders. First pitch into Ben Mcconnell finds the strike zone. It's a called strike. Count goes to 0-1 with 1 out, a runner on third in the form of Drew Sims. Definitely not the fastest range rider. No offense to him. As this one's fouled back, it puts McConnell behind 0-2. On deck to see the plate, with the exception of if there's a double play, is Mason Dennison. 0-2 pitch as McConnell, last thing he wants to do is strike out here. 0-2. Nearly finds the strike zone. It is ball one. Swung on. A high fly ball to center field. Coming in, and it's going to be too shallow to score the run. And what a dime from center field it was from Tyler Jorgensen. Sims would have been out by probably 80 feet on that one. Fly out to shallow center is not going to get the job done. Now Mason Dennison needs to keep this inning alive. And he's got to do it against Gavin Gorill, who will throw pitch number 93 into Dennison. Dennison 0 for 2 today. Line out and a ground out. He's been on a little bit of a skid since his super hot start. That's a swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-1. Does have 3 extra base hits on the year for himself, at least as a range rider. That one swung on. It's foul, and I think that bat might have ended its life on that one. Count goes to 0-2. Mason Dennison over in Billings, where he played most of this season for the Mustangs. He played a total of 40 games for Billings. Incredibly solid defensively. 242 batting average at the plate, an on-base percentage of 282. Only had 6 walks in 132 plate appearances. He's not a guy that's going to waste his time at the plate. He'll come out and swing at plenty. That one swung on to the outfield. In right center field, coming in is Jorgensen. It's going to fall for a base hit. The runner going on contact with 2 outs, and Drew Sims scores the run to make it 2-0. An RBI Bloop Texas Leaguer single from Mason Dennison makes it 2-0 Glacier. You can usually tell by watching the outfielders how much of a chance it's going to have, especially with 2 outs. They're not going to try and fool anybody because they know the runners are running on contact. And Tyler Jorgensen was putting on the afterburners there, and if he's running that hard to get to it, It's a low chance. This one's in the dirt, and it's going to be a wild pitch called swinging strike by the umpire on the base paths. I think that was a correct call. I don't know how the umpire over there at third, Eric Martinez, made it because he had no angle to see it, but it'll be a wild pitch that'll move Dennison into scoring position for David Kiriakou. 0 for 2 today is Kiriakou. That one finds the zone, and now the count is 0-2. Mason Dennison, that is his first RBI as a Glacier range rider, according to the stats that I got. Swung on, lifted down the left field line. Coming over and watching it go out of play is Jace Bailey. We stay at 0-2. 2 outs here, bottom of the 6th, 2-0 after the Mason Dennison RBI single. Dennison now lots of speed on second base. A base hit here, running on most contact. Could be a possibility to score and get an RBI for David Kiriakou if Kiriakou is able to get a base knock. 0-2 pitch coming in. Check swing. I think he held back there, and no appeal is made to the umpire on the base paths. 1-2. Dennison got to first on his single, got to second on the wild pitch from Gavin Gorill, who is now just scraping the century mark. Another check swing, and another time when Kiriakou holds off. A lot of great wrist strength from the third baseman. Originally from the Bay Area, Oakland, California. 2-2, 2 outs, runner on second. Kiriakou awaits the pitch from Gorill. It'll be pitch number 99 from the southpaw. Gorill fires, misses up high. 3-2 is a count now. It'll be a pitch that'll put Gorill over the century mark. Put him into triple digits with this next one. We've had warm-ups going on with a right-hander in the Boise pen for quite some time. Nobody's getting loose over in the Glacier pen. 3-2, 2 outs, runner on second. Kiriakou prepares to receive. Swung on to center field. Diving play, it gets by. It gets by Tyler Jorgensen. Kiriakou will stand up into second. It's an RBI double from David Kiriakou. Pump up the music. It is 3-0. That one definitely less bloop and more drive to it than the single from Mason Dennison, but just as much. Tyler Jorgensen had to turn on the afterburners to try and get to it. He did not have the wheels, went full extension, deflected it, which he's lucky he did, because if he went full extension and that one did not get a piece of him, it was going all the way 406 feet to center field, and Kiriakou would have been into third pretty easily on that one. Instead, Kiriakou held to a double, but an RBI under his belt on Gavin Gorill's 102nd pitch, and now it'll be time for the pitching coach, Mccabe Van Kampen, to come out. No, actually, I think this is Gary Van Tall. Yep, this is the end of the day for Gavin Gorill. He pitched valiantly over 5 2/3 innings, but it ends up being the end of his day on a RBI double from David Kiriakou. We'll take a brief moment for the new pitcher to come in. Don't go anywhere. It is 3-0. Glacier leads Boise. Back here, bottom of the 6th inning, it is 3-0. The Glacier Range Riders lead the Boise Hawks after an RBI single from Mason Dennison and an RBI double from David Kiriakou bring across 2 runs in this half inning. First pitch to Noah Marcello, check swing that goes back into the screen. Count goes to 0-1. Byron Smith makes his second appearance in this series between the Boise Hawks and the Glacier Range Riders, graduate of the Masters University in Santa Clarita, California. 3 years at the Masters. That can be confusing. Swing and a miss. If I say 3 years at the Masters, my first thought would go to the golf tournament. In a baseball context, I guess you go to the Masters University. A little bit better. Doesn't matter. Over his collegiate career, which also involved a year at Point Loma Nazarene, he had a total of 138 games played as a position player and just 12 appearances as a pitcher. Count goes to 1-2 for Noah Marcello, who's got 2 outs and a runner on second, and David Kiriakou. Swung on, foul ball. This season for the Boise Hawks, a 5.40 ERA, count a win-loss record of 2-1. This is his 30th appearance. Other than Noah McBride, he's been the biggest workhorse on this Boise squad. 40 innings pitched, and he has 41 strikeouts to 21 walks. Another 1-2 pitch with 2 outs coming into Noah Marcello, who's 0 for 2 today. Marcello prepares. Called, strike 3. Marcello strikes out, looking to strand the runner at second base. We head to the 7th inning, 3-0. RBIs from Mason Dennison and David Kiriakou. We head to the next inning of play.
Number 43, third baseman Abraham Mcconnell.
Welcome to the top of the 7th. We have the first pitching change for the Glacier Range Riders. I had Rob Hamby at only 75 pitches thrown, but apparently that was enough to call it a day for Hamby. In comes Isaiah Henry. First pitch that Henry fires. Misses outside, count goes to 1-0. For Henry, he is a hard-throwing right-hander. His most recent appearance against the Boise Hawks a few nights ago topped out at 98 miles per hour. This one is ripped into right center. It's going to be a base hit, and it's going to be extra bases for Abraham Sakara. He heads to second and will hold up at second. A leadoff double from Abraham Sakara. And just like that, after the departure of Rob Hamby, the Boise Hawks are in business. Rob Hamby, his final line, something to be remembered. 6 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. He took a perfect game to 4 1/3 inning. Henry sets on the mound to fire into Juan Teixeira. Swung on and missed. The off speed for Henry, at least on that one, comes in at about 81 miles per hour. The 0-1 into Teixeira. Check swing in the dirt, count goes to 1-1. That was also an off speed, just above 80 miles per hour. You can tell how much that can throw off a batter in terms of their timing. And you can fire 81 and 98. 1-1 coming in. Swung on, popped up. Brant Brussard coming over. Brussard looks like he is calling everybody off, and he makes the play for out number 1. Let's talk about the Southern Division standings. Grand Junction leads the way with a 19-7 record. They have the best record out of anybody, north or south, in the second half of the season. Ogden has a 15-13 record, but they've already clinched a playoff spot with the first half victory. Rocky Mountain 12-13, Anoco 10-17, and Boise 6-22. Boise, tragic number is now at 8 for the Hawks. That means any combination of 8 losses by them or 8 wins by Grand Junction would mean that they are officially eliminated. Swing and a miss from Raymond Gill. Count goes to 0-1. That one 95. A 1 out. Another swing and a miss there. That is exactly what I'm talking about. That first pitch from Isaiah Henry came in at 95 miles per hour. That second swing and a miss, the reason why Gill looks so off balance on it, it was an off speed at 80 miles per hour. 0-2. Time is called. A late time granted to Raymond Gill. And Mike Spears, pitching coach for the Glacier Range Riders, puts his hands up in the air saying, that's a little bit late. You're going to get somebody hurt when you do something like that. Of course, it's not Gill's fault. It's kind of all on the umpire to monitor that. That bat, I don't know if that broke or if that just escaped the grip of Raymond Gill. I think it just escaped his grip. Again, way ahead of it because that one was even slower than the last one, 78 miles per hour. 0-2. Runner on second after the leadoff double from Sakara. Little update for Glacier Range Riders fans that are curious about Logan Van Wyk, the former Range Riders pitcher that became the first Glacier player to be picked up by an affiliated franchise. He just picked up his first win as a professional, and so far he has not allowed an earned run playing for the Astros Orange team in the Florida Gulf Coast League, the Houston Astros affiliate, obviously. Congratulations to him, and I know you got ton of fans up here in Northwest Montana are rooting for his success. 0-2, 1 out. Misses low. Count goes to 1-2. That one cracked 96. Let's check around the league. We already got one final score, and Grand Junction stays hot. They get their 20th win of the second half as they beat Rocky Mountain 3-1 in game one of a doubleheader between the Vibes and the Rockies. That one misses off the plate. Count goes to 2-2. In game two, Grand Junction leads Rocky Mountain 8-5. Other scores from around the PBL: Billings leads Great Falls 7-5, and Ogden leads Northern Colorado 4-2. Also in a game that everybody in the North cares about because they're waiting for Missoula to trip up. The Paddleheads lead 6-0. Another ball from Isaiah Henry. Count has moved full after it started 0-2 with 2 swings and misses from the batter, Raymond Gill. (3-2), 1 out, runner on second in Sakara. Swung on and missed. A punch-out pitch clocks in at 97. And mix in your off-speed there if you're Isaiah Henry, but find the punch-out on the pace. 2 gone now in the top of the 7th as Henry tries to ward off the leadoff double and keep a goose egg on the scoreboard for the Boise Hawks. It's Trevor Minder at the plate. He's going to call time. Three 0 Glacier leads. The offense hasn't completely been there, but they've dragged a couple across the plate. And thanks to an incredible start from Rob Hamby, Boise has not been able to do diddly thus far, but they have a runner on second base. Just 1 hit allowed from Rob Hamby. An absolutely phenomenal performance from the Beard. 0-1 with 2 outs into Trevor Minder from Isaiah Henry. That one's a check swing. Appeal over to first, said that he didn't go. That one 95, missed just high. 96 actually. The Yacker Tech, which is the analytics tool that we use here, rethought the velocity. Said, man, that was even faster than I thought. 1-1 with 2 outs into Trevor Minder. Minder on the day, 0 for 1. He was the man that broke up the perfect game from Rob Hamby when he reached on a walk. That one misses low. Count goes to 2-1. Despite the fact that Glacier has felt like they've been in control this whole game, and that's mostly been because Rob Hamby has made it so, really, it is not too far of a stretch to see Boise make a couple swings and be right back into this game. Really, with 1 swing, they could draw it to a one-run game. We know Trevor Minder can have some home run pop in his bat because he did it 2 nights ago. Comes up empty on that one. Count goes to 2-2. That breaking mile per hour drops 7 inches on Minder. (2-2), 2 outs. Isaiah Henry sets to fire. Lots of mustard, and it gets by Drew Sims. The runner will move up 90 feet. Sakara now on third, as that ball just completely got away from Isaiah Henry. Wild pitch puts the run just a few feet away from home, 1 base away. This is the furthest that Boise has reached on the base paths tonight. And right now we're going to get the trainer, Sam Conrath, coming out, actually. You see in the green polo there, that's Sam. phenomenal trainer, done a ton to help out this Range Rider squad. And I think on that pitch, I think Nick Hogan was just worried about the release of Isaiah Henry there. But he seems to be waving off Nick Hogan right away. And and you can see that essentially Sam Conrath and the home plate umpire, Mike Carr, kind of just mouthed the words, "You good," to Isaiah Henry. And he kind of threw his hand motions and obviously couldn't read his lips because he was facing the other way, but clearly conferred back to them that he's good, he's ready to go. Just a little stumble kind of on the front part of the mound. I think it's got him down the most likely is just the fact that he wants to find a punch-out pitch. 3-2, 2 outs, runner on third. Can the shutout continue for Glacier? Fires it low. Drew Sims keeps it in front of him, but it did not feel great. As that one ripped 95 and going to leave a bruise in the morning for Drew Sims. Up comes Jordan Rathbone. He was the man that broke up the no-hitter by the starting pitcher for the Glacier Range Riders, Rob Hamby. With a single into right field, he was responsible for the lone hit against the man who started the game. However, we now get to a point that despite 6 innings of stellar work, one swing could tie this contest. A lot of baseball to go here in the top of the 7th. First pitch coming in, swung on to left field. A nice catch from Ryan Cole on the run, goes down to make it. Ripped off the bat at 99 miles per hour, but it's in the glove of the left fielder Cole. We head to the 7th inning stretch. Don't go anywhere and sing along if you know the song.
It is time for the 7th inning stretch. Get on your feet, get those vocal cords ready. Looks like Huck and Cliff have found some friends, and here we go. Everybody sing. Leading off the bottom of the 7th, the top of the order, number 17, left fielder Ryan Cole.
Byron Smith comes out for his 2nd inning of work, his first full inning it would be. 1 out for him thus far as he got out of the last half inning by striking out Noah Marcello after the RBI double from David Kiriakou. Top of the order for the Glacier Range Riders due up. It's Ryan Cole to start us off. 3 for 3 in terms of reaching the base paths today with 3 walks. 0-0 coming into Ryan Cole. Swung on, fielded, thrown. Nice play from Trevor Minder. Comes up to grab that one, scoops it off the dirt, and then flings to first base, and Gill gloves it before Cole can beat it out. 1 pitch, 1 out for Ryan Cole, who seemed to like the look of Byron Smith's pitches a lot better than the starter Gorill. Up comes Brant Brussard. He's 2 for 3 today, a single and a double. Halfway to a cycle, but of course the 2 easier tasks to achieve in doing that. The 0-0 with 1 out, base is empty for Brant Brussard. Nice little pitch that knuckles into the zone. Count goes to 0-1. That one clocked at 68 miles per hour. Very slow pitch from Byron Smith. That one swung on, dribbled slow. It's going to be fair, and that's an infield single from Brant Brussard. And Sakara knew that he really only had a play if it went foul. So he was just going to let it go that way, and it was not going to go that way. So he grabbed it before it got any further, and a perfectly hit swinging bunt essentially down the third base line. That works out as an infield single. Up comes Eddie Mccabe. He's got an RBI today on the sacrifice fly, but he has not been able to get himself a hit. 0-0. Smith sets, fires, first pitch into the zone, a called strike. 85 miles per hour on the fastball for Smith. But he's another guy that really can show that discrepancy. If that 65 mile per hour pitch was accurate, that is a 20 mile per hour difference between fastest and slowest offering. 0-1. Smith prepares, fires to Mccabe. That one misses low. Smith is going to allow a wild pitch to push Brant Brussard to second base. One now with 1 out and a runner in scoring position for Eddie Mccabe. He swings on it. It's a high fly ball down the first base line, but it's going to be out of play. Count goes to 1-2 now. Mccabe, 1 RBI already, looking to cushion the lead for the Glacier Range Riders. Make it 4-0 possibly. Justin Coleman did not pitch yesterday, so I assume Coleman would be on the docket, most likely to finish off this game, pitch the top of the 9th inning. As we're going to see a look back to second. 1-2, 1 out. Glance down, see we got warming up in this half inning. I think we might get Drew Holwiger in the top of the 8th. It looks like a lefty down there, and there's not many lefty options to choose from for the Glacier Range Riders. Misses high, count goes to 2-2. The only lefty options are, actually, it might be Brett Barnett. Brett Barnett's a little bit taller, a little bit skinnier than Drew Holwiger. I'm trying to figure that out because I cannot see the number of our bullpen there. That one misses. Could have been a strikeout look, and looked to me like it was closer to that than a ball. But I, of course, was not looking what you were looking at. It's a center field camera. 3-2, 1 out. Brussard on second. Mccabe prepares to see the payoff pitch. Long look from Smith, fires it in, swung on, up the middle, off the shoe tops of Byron Smith, but he recovers well, collects and flips to first. Good job by Byron Smith to keep with that one. As the hard grounder surely didn't feel great, but I'm glad that he's okay and was able to make the play there. He'll take the bruise in exchange for what most likely would have been an RBI single if it got through him and into center field. Up comes Drew Sims. Drew Sims 1 for 3, a double off the wall in right field. First pitch turns him off the plate, count goes to 1-0. Drew Sims has been plunked by 3 pitches already in just 49 trips to the plate. It's a pretty good ratio in terms of getting plunked, and he's got a couple bruises to show for that. 1-0. finds the zone. Count goes to 1-1. Now nobody is on the simulated mound over there in the Range Riders bullpen. So either somebody's ready or maybe they want to bring Henry out for another inning of work. 1-1 with 2 outs. Called strike. Count goes to 1-2. I have a report from my dad who left the game a little bit early. He has a decent drive back, and his drive is essentially the weather that will be here soon, in theory, if the wind goes the right way. And he said it is raining pretty hard. This one's hit over to third base, and a phenomenal grab by Sakara, who went as high as he could to reach his glove up into the air and rob Drew Sims of what would have been an RBI knock. Still 3-0. We head to the 8th inning of play. The new pitcher is a man with the same name, or at least goes by the same name, as his catcher. Drew Holwiger will now throw to Drew Sims. It's the power of Drew. You could even call them together a Druo. Sean Skelly coming in to pinch hit as well. Final line for Isaiah Henry, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and a walk as well, but he allows nobody to cross the plate. And Miles Harris will now step up. Sean Skelly pinch hitting for Miles Harris, after Harris struggled to find the base paths today. First pitch in the zone from Drew Holwiger. Count goes to 0-1. Sean Skelly will pitch hit in the DH role. Most likely will stay in. So that one misses away. Count goes to 1-1. First, let me tell you, Drew Holwiger on the season, a 4.74 ERA, 1-1 record. This is his 13th appearance, as he did spend a stint on the IL. And he has 15 strikeouts to 13 walks. That one misses up high. Count goes to 2-1. Somebody that is used to being a starter. That's what he was in college. Much more used to that role, and maybe at some point might be called upon in that role, but for now, he is coming out of the pen. This one swung on out to left field, But another hard hit ball that falls right into the glove of Glacier range rider. Ryan Cole grabs that one out of the air for out number 1. Haloa Dudois steps up now. Dudois 0 for 2 tonight. He grounded out to short as well. Or he grounded out to third actually as well as second base. Glacier range riders with the lead going into the 8th inning. When they lead going into the 8th, they are 24-3 all time. First pitch, a called strike. Count goes to 0-1 versus Dudois. Another look around the league. Billings still leading Great Falls 8-5 as we get a swing and a miss. Also 8-5, Grand Junction leads Rocky Mountain. 5-4, Northern Colorado leads Ogden, and it's still 6-0. Missoula leads Idaho Falls. They might be in a rain delay down there as it's only the bottom of the 4th. And they start at the same time as us. And we're in the top of the 8th. And like I said, rain has made its way, and it's starting to fall here as I can't feel it. But it looks like on our camera you can see rain. As yes, it is starting to rain because fans are starting to get up and move up to the concourse. That one misses low. Count goes to 1-2. It's always tricky, especially on an artificial turf field. The umpires don't have to worry about if they let the rain fall long enough to ruin the field, because it ain't going to do that. But they do not want it to affect the game and do not want to affect it disproportionately as a foul ball keeps it at 1-2. For example, if you're Nick Hogan and your pitcher has to battle through the rain, you want it to be consistent in terms of if their pitcher has to battle through it as well. Foul ball. Count stays at 1-2. Opposing batters hitting .287 against Drew Holwiger. Another 1-2 in the dirt. Count goes to 2-2. Switch hitting Haloa Dudois. Really haven't had the chance to see him bat righty almost at all this series. I don't even know if he faced off against Holwiger the first time Holwiger pitched in this series. It goes full, 3-2. Those are small raindrops. You see a ton of them, but they are small as a ton of fans are still sitting unprotected. This one swung on. It's going to be a roped single into left field by Haloa Dudois. Now Jace Bailey steps in. Bailey strikeout swinging and a ground out for him. Continues to pour here. We have seen one game, and it was the first game ever in Flathead Field history that was called due to rain. More fans getting up under the concourse. That one clearly slipped away from Drew Holwiger, and Haloa Dudois is going to move up 90 feet. This is what I'm talking about, where it's luck. There's some skill to playing baseball in the rain. But if this were a dirt field, there'd be much less of a leeway given to the rain that is now at the point where you might say it's pouring down. You can see through this center field camera how hard it's coming down. Swung on. This is a foul ball. I mean, look up at the lights here. If you're watching on the 1080 HD shot, you should be able to see how much rain is coming down in front of those lights up there. This field can take it. It becomes a lot harder to grip a ball. and is very wet. Speaking of, that one slipped away from Holwiger. Count goes to 2-1. Dudois on second. Chase Bailey at the plate, the 2-1. Swung on and missed. Fooled on that one, 86 miles per hour in there. Count goes to 2-2 with 1 out. Two as Holwiger looks for a crucial second out of this inning. Dudois, good speed on second. Foul ball. That was me making sure our crowd mic is properly inside so we don't get some moisture on that. 2-2, 1 out, runner on second. Swung on and missed. Drew Holwiger gets a big rainy strikeout to get 2 away here in the bottom, or in the top of the 8th. Holwiger, a guy who I've talked about before because he mostly came up as a basketball player, a very late addition to the baseball diamond. And I'll tell you what, maybe right now in this rain, you might be thinking, dang, basketball in a gymnasium with a roof over our head, that was pretty fun. First pitch misses outside. Count goes to 1-0 versus Tyler Jorgensen. Only moisture that you had to worry about getting on the ball in a basketball gymnasium is your own sweat. 1-0, 2 outs, runner on second and Dudois. This pitch into Jorgensen misses outside. Count goes to 2-0. Great advice from a fan that said throw strikes. As we're going to get another change out of a ball. When you see a lot of changes like this in a dry weather, when pitchers are asking for new balls and throwing a ball back to the dugout, in dry weather, that's usually a put down on the rubbing up of the balls. I can tell you we've rarely had that here at Flathead Field. This one swung on, hit to second, fielded by Brussard. He'll throw. What a play from Brant Brussard. An outstanding jump to his right, got to the ground and threw it with the rain in his face to first base for out number 3. Let's take another look at that one as we send you to the mid-inning break.
Pitching for designated hitter Livingston Morris. Number 9, from Johnston, Georgia, Logan Van Wyk.
Had a little bit of an extended pause there, as I believe, actually, we had also a wrong announcement of the new pitcher. This is Matt Dallas. The initial announcement was Gabbard coming in, but it would not be Matt Gabbard. He is a starter, and he pitched just a couple days ago for quite a while. This is Matt Dallas coming in. He's the new pitcher, as the rain seeming like it's simmering down just a little bit. And everybody right now standing up in the concourse, nobody has left. They're all trying to see this one through. First pitch into the pinch batter, pinch hitter, as most people call it. Will Mangurian is fouled back. Count goes to 0-1. Mangurian on the season, still looking for his first hit as a professional. He's 0 for 7. Has scored a run, however, last night. That one misses low and in. Count goes to 1-1. Last night he came on as a pinch runner for the first baseman for the Glacier Range Riders last night, Brody Wofford, who got to second base, and he ended up scoring. That one misses low. Count goes to 2-1 for Mangurian. Mangurian technically hasn't reached base on his own. That was the first time he's been on the bases as a professional. As looking for a breakthrough here in a pinch hitting scenario, as Livingston Morris is given a break. Ben Mcconnell waits on deck. Swung on. This one cranked up into the air. It's a high ball, and it lands on the roof. Count goes 2-2. No outs here, bottom of the 8th inning. Mangurian leading off. Matt Dallas, the new pitcher, I'll tell you what he's done on the season. He has a 6.23 ERA, a 2-2 record. This is his 19th appearance, and he has 39 strikeouts to 22 walks. 2-2 count, looking for strikeout number 40 on the season. Misses up and in. Count goes full. 3-2 for Will Mangurian. Payoff pitch coming in to Mangurian for Matt Dallas. Game that has slowed down considerably since the first 5 innings that only took an hour and 15 minutes. Ball 4. Will Mangurian, his first walk as a professional baseball player, and he gets to first base to lead off the inning, and he's got good speed over there. And now a man who knows all about good speed. It's Ben Mcconnell stepping up to the plate. Mcconnell doubled into right center field, one-hopped into the jungle that is over that center field fence. Could have gone all the way down to the roadway that leads up to Flathead Field, McDermott Lane. Swung on, hit over to second base, no chance, and now Mangurian is going to come all the way to third. A very productive one-pitch at-bat from Ben Mcconnell, goes to 2 for 4 on the day, and runners are on the corners with no outs. I'll tell you what, Ben Mcconnell on first base and a runner on third base, I don't think there's much of a chance, especially with some slippery weather, as it looks like the rain has held up and people are making their way back to their seats. I still don't think there's a chance that you see Ben McConnell wait too long before trying to swipe second base. Current leader in the PBL in stolen bases. He has 37 on his season. First pitch into Dennison, hit up the middle. Fielded, the flip for 1, the throw for 2. Dennison, oh, I thought Dennison beat that one out. I thought Dennison beat that one out. The Let's take a look at it again here. The hit up the middle. Flip for one, the throw. Oh, I think he beat that one out. Oh, that was tough. It was very close over there. The run does score in Will Mangurian, scores his second professional run, but the reason Mason Dennison is frustrated with not getting that called safe at second is because he loses an RBI on that one. If that just goes down as a fielder's choice, that's an RBI fielder's choice for the shortstop for the Glacier Range Riders. Instead, he doesn't get it, and he realizes that. 1-0 with 2 outs into David Kiriakou, who now has empty bases, and a 4-0 lead for the Glacier Range Riders. Foul ball. Look over to the pen, and again, I can't see the numbers in our pen, but that looks an awful lot like Justin Coleman warming up. Just trying to give a heads up to the Coleman family in Tennessee that it will likely be J. Cole making his way onto the mound. Misses inside. Count goes to 2-1 for Kiriakou. Of course, that run scoring, good for the Glacier Range Riders in terms of making the cushion a little bit more for their final pitcher to work with. But the problem for Justin Coleman, especially a guy that's that clutch, he would love to maybe have a run less and still be able to get a save out of it. Would not get an official save if he came in and pitched the ninth. 2-2. 2 outs. Space is empty for David Kiriakou. An RBI double for him today. Glacier Range Riders, no matter what happens the rest of this half inning, they still could get their 4th shutout in franchise history. Called strike 3 on David Kiriakou. A couple decisions go against the Range Riders that inning. However, a double play allows Will Mangurian to score, and it is 4-0. We head to the top of the 9th. 3 outs needed by Justin Coleman to finish this one off. It is Justin Coleman making his way out onto the mound and throwing his final warm-up pitches before he gets a chance to close out another contest. Again, not a save opportunity for him, and, you know, he asked me last night, actually, when I went to the clubhouse to grab Trenton Toplikar for the post-game interview. First pitch misses. He said, do I really not get credit for the win in that knockout round victory that the Glacier Range Riders had a couple nights ago? He pitched the top of the 7th, and the Glacier Range Riders eventually won the game. He was the final pitcher to pitch for the Range Riders, so you'd think, you know, that's how it usually works, but PBL knockout round rules have a little bit different flavor to them. It's the reason why I think Nick Hogan should get credit for a win or a save or something. The pitcher in that knockout round. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 2-1. You know, I mean, bottom line is pitching and getting wins, unless you're a starter, is pretty much just about luck. As this one swung on over to first on his shoe tops. Eddie Mccabe makes the grab. Another hard hit ball by these Boise Hawks, but another hard hit ball that ends up in the glove of a Glacier Range Rider before it hits the ground. One gone after that rifle over to Eddie Mccabe. Up is the number 3 batter, Juan Teixeira. Teixeira 0 for 3 tonight. Ground out, fly out, pop out. On the season, Justin Coleman, this is his 26th appearance. He does have 4 saves, a 4.70 ERA, 37 strikeouts to 14 walks. First pitch misses low. Reason Justin was so insistent on maybe me talking to somebody at the PBL rules committee about getting that stat change to a win is that despite all of his success this year, he still does not have his first professional win. That one misses up high. Count goes to 2-0. Think about closers, too. They're in such a tough situation where it's so hard to get a win. It's very easy, especially when you're a closer in the bottom of the 9th, to get walked off. Well, not easy, you know, but it is a very real possibility as a closer to get walked off in the bottom of the 9th and get a loss on yourself when really the only chance the closer that you get to get a win is if you come in a closing situation, you allow runs so that you're either tied or losing, and then your offense comes through for you in the bottom of the 9th. And, you know, it's a tough one to get some dubs under your belt. This is a swing and a miss. Count goes to 2-2. Last night, the Boise Hawks were held to 3 hits, I believe. Maybe it was 4 last night. Tonight, they are at 3. Swung on. It's a foul ball. Came close, but just drifted to the left there. Yeah, it was 4 hits last night for the Boise Hawks. They did put 3 runs across on those 4 hits. Tonight, just 3 hits. 1 by each of the pitchers thus far, except for Justin Coleman. Hamby went 6 innings and allowed 1 hit. Absolutely phenomenal from the Glacier starter. Then Henry and Holwiger each allowed a hit but got out of their jams. Now Coleman, swing and a miss. Justin Coleman got 2 down in the top of the 9th. Absolutely buttery stuff to strike out the number 3 batter and the leader in batting average for the Boise Hawks. Now the final batter he has to go through is Raymond Gill. 300 batting average on the season, 2 triples for Raymond Gill. 12 homers and 47 RBIs. He is 0 for 3 tonight. Come up empty against every Range Rider pitcher he's seen thus far. Swing and a miss to start it off from Justin Coleman. He's ahead 0-1. Fans here, a lot of them departed their seats when the rain started coming down, but not many departed the ballpark. Trying to see this win streak extend to 4 games. Swung on and missed. Count goes to 0-2. The Glacier Range Riders' longest win streak in franchise history is 4 games, and it came back. It started on their 3rd game as a franchise. They won 4 straight. They've not reached 4 since. A strike would mean just that. Ball high. A little wind out of the sails here at Flathead Field, but the fans will collect themselves and regain their composure. Another possible punch-out pitch. 1-2, 2 outs. Coleman sets at the chin. Fires it, and a buttery strike 3 swinging. Justin Coleman gets the victory for the Glacier Range Riders. One of the best team pitching performances in franchise history. It pushes their win streak to 4, and it is the 4th ever shutout in franchise history, the first time they've ever shut out a Southern Division foe. The magic number is just 4 all around tonight for the Glacier Range Riders, as it was 4-0, our final. That's as much as the offense needed to get through this huge victory here at Flathead Field. It pushes their record of 14-15 on the season. That'll inspire me to check on the scoreboard real quick around the league and see officially if the Glacier Range Riders have moved into a possible tie for 3rd place. It will not happen to 3rd place, but I'll tell you what, Idaho Falls and Missoula, they just got postponed to finish their game tomorrow. Bottom of the 4th right now, 6-0, Missoula leads. So if Idaho Falls, when that goes final, the Glacier Range Riders will officially secure a tie for 3rd place, move themselves up, which is a welcome sight to see for a team that has spent most of their season at the bottom of the standings. They are officially not at the bottom of the standings, period, though, as soon as the Great Falls Voyagers come up empty in the top of the 9th over in Billings. It's currently 10-6. Billings leads. If Billings finishes that off, Great Falls falls to 14-15, and that means they are both tied for 4th place in the North Division. So that's why this game matters big for Glacier. They're feeling good about themselves. 4 straight wins, and let's figure out how they did it. Winning pitcher, well, it's a big part of it. Rob Hamby, 4 1/3 innings perfect before finally allowing a walk and then a base hit. However, he finished himself off with 6 innings full, just that 1 hit allowed, 4 strikeouts, and only that walk as well. It was a stellar performance from Rob Hamby. He picks up the win. The loss goes to Gorill. No save, but scoreless innings from first Isaiah Henry, then Drew Holwiger, then Justin Coleman. Offensively was another story. There wasn't a lot of big splash plays. 2 ground rule doubles that really helped out the Glacier Range Riders, but it was really the bottom of the 6th that made the difference. In the bottom of the 6th, it was the Dennison RBI single that blooped into right center field, and then Kiriakou with that big double that just went beyond the outstretched glove of the center fielder Jorgensen. The other scoring plays was a sac fly from Eddie Mccabe, and then the run that came across in the Dennison double play. That makes up for the 4-0 scoreline. The leaders from the Glacier Range Riders in terms of hits, Brant Broussard, 3 for 4 night for him, a 2 for 4 night for Ben Mcconnell. How about it from the speedy duo Flash and Lightning? We saw flash, lightning, and a little bit of rain here as well on this beautiful Saturday night. We'll see you tomorrow at Sunday at 1:05 p.m. from Flathead Field to finish off this series between the Boise Hawks and the Glacier Range Riders. All-time record goes to 4-1 against Boise. The Glacier Range Riders also clinch a series victory after falling in the series opener on Tuesday night. They've come back to win 4 straight against Boise. They're feeling pretty good. Kevin Kyle will look to avenge his loss on Tuesday against Boise, as he is slated to start on the mound for the Glacier Range Riders. Thanks so much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. My name is Scott Gladstone. It's been a pleasure to have you for Game 5 of this 6-game series between Boise and Glacier. Please join us tomorrow at 1:05 here on the Glacier Range Riders YouTube channel. And if you don't mind, have a great rest of your night and stay safe out there.